Good morning to everybody out there. Good morning to my subscribers. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. This is the Sean Ferrell podcast. I am Sean Ferrell. Let's not waste no time, shall we? Let's get right to it. So, I was at a suicide prevention meeting this past Tuesday, and talked about stuff in general, stuff what we got going on and whatnot. And at the end of the meeting, we were just all standing around talking, and this one guy comes up to me, and we were discussing 988. We were discussing crisis lines or whatnot, and one of the things that I mentioned was that calls are about to increase because of the upcoming holiday season, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and that's what I wanted to discuss today. Holiday depression. For a lot of people, it can be a time of happiness, time for presents, time for family, but for many others, myself included, it can be a time of loneliness, sadness, self-reflection, anxiety, and some of the things that come along with holiday depression: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over commercialization, financial stress, inability to be with loved ones, shopping Christmas parties, family obligations, house guests can also contribute to anxiety, and tension over a feeling of being overwhelmed. People who do not view themselves as depressed can develop stress reactions such as headaches, excessive drinking, overeating, insomnia. And so, I struggle with this too. Just a feeling of loneliness, just a feeling of not belonging during the holiday season. I know those emotions show up when it gets around this time. Those emotions do show up. I was just thinking about it this morning. Just thinking about those emotions, Yeah, around this time where, a lot of people, including myself, feel a sense of loneliness, sadness, isolation. Also, people develop post-holiday sadness after New Year's Day. It can come from built-up expectations, disappointments from the previous year, and stress and fatigue can also contribute to that as well. And so there was a survey done by the American Psychology Association. It found that 38% of people felt their stress levels rise during the holiday season. And this type of stress can lead to illness, substance misuse, higher rates of anxiety and depression, can occur as a result of this holiday stress. Um, Depression rates do rise during the holidays. The National Alliance of Mental Illness found that 64% of people reported that their mood gets worse during the holidays. 64% of people reported that their mood gets worse during the holidays. Um, Another thing that can contribute is seasonal affective depression, excuse me, or it can also be referred to as clinical depression as well. Um, Seasonal affective disorder usually strikes around late fall. This is when the weather is just starting to change, get cold, like it is now, and it can last until early spring. Um, it it gets There are more hours. It gets darker earlier, less sunlight, less daylight. Um, just sitting inside while it's cold outside. It can cause imbalances within the body. Um, I know I deal with seasonal affective disorder all the time. Um, I just One of my counselors asked me, "Do you suffer from seasonal affective disorder?" I said, "Probably, probably, but yeah, I suffer from it too because there are certain things that you can do during the summertime during the spring summertime when it's warm that you can't do because now it gets dark at 5 o'clock and you can't go watch the sunset because it's getting dark at 5 o'clock and maybe you're just getting off work. I know for me, I like to watch sunsets my own self. So that's something that, you know, um, I miss. That's something that I'm going to miss. I miss every winter, fall. Um, Clinical depression impacts about 6% of the population. 6% of the population. And some of the tips some of the symptoms of holiday blues are tiredness or lack of energy, no longer enjoying the activities that you used to do, persistent feelings of guilt, worthlessness, and hopelessness, changes in personal relationships, changes in sleep patterns, change in appetite, weight loss, weight gain, difficulty concentrating or making the decisions, difficulty working, general irritability, and yes, self-harm. Yes, believe it or not, self-harm. Yeah. Um, Especially for somebody who works two jobs. Um, you know, one of the big things that I prioritize during this season because business is picking up now. Busy season. I make rest a priority. Rest is one of my priorities. So I don't take on so I don't take on extra shifts. I don't take on extra hours if I don't have to. Um, which leads me into tips for handling holiday blues, holiday stress. Check in on your loved ones. Make sure that your expectations are realistic. Practice saying no. Limit external sources of holiday pressure. Example given. One of the examples given, like taking a break from social media, because everybody posts that new car they bought. Everybody posts the new present they got. Everybody posts pictures of their Christmas trees or whatnot. Taking a break from social media. It's one of the things that I'm going to try to do this season. Everybody's showing off, which can only lead to more feelings of, or worsened feelings of depression, anxiety, worthlessness, hopelessness, because everybody's showing off the new stuff that they got. Don't slack on self-care, which one of the things I just mentioned. Rest. And talk to a mental health professional as well. I see my counselor. I see my counselor every couple of weeks, and so I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. Just wanted to talk to you about holiday depression. Also, right here. Also at the suicide prevention meeting, they also gave us these flyers promoting 988, the suicide prevention lifeline number, suicide and crisis lifeline. And so they had these flyers out, and so I thought that I just might post it up, share it with you. 988 rocks and the 901. This is promoting the 988 suicide crisis lifeline, and I am a volunteer on the crisis line, on the 988 line, aka also known as the Memphis Crisis Center. So I support 988 and the 901, and so I think these flyers are pretty cool, promoting the awareness of the suicide prevention lifeline 988 and the 901. So these flyers are just pretty cool, and support 988 and 901. I post about it on Instagram constantly, and probably will in after I'm done shooting this video. So 988 and the 901, 988 rocks and the 901. So yeah. Speaking of rocks, one of the things they also did was had us paint rocks, actual rocks, talking about 988, and we all showed off our rocks, and first of all, I'm no good at painting, okay? I'm absolutely no good at painting, okay? So this is what I can come up with. 988 Hope. I actually keep it right here next to me. So y'all can see that it just says 988 and it says the word hope. So support 988. You are loved, you do matter, and you are not a burden to anybody who's watching this. You are loved. There is hope. You are not alone. You are not a burden. Okay? You're none of those things. So, hope. 988 brings hope. I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. I will see you all soon. Support 988. Hey. Out of here, y'all. Peace. God bless.